Alright, Andrea, this is kind of like a reply to your video. I'm gonna hit on a few things that you said in your last video about Pinterest and stuff. Um, you hit on a few really good points. I just wanted to kind of put my side to this whole 10 minutes, the whole clean eating versus tracking every macro and having more of a meal plan type thing, or like track everything to a T. I don't know if you're in the same kind of boat I am. You started training, I think, a little bit before me. Um, I got into this about 2010, and I think whoever started right around that time, '09, 10, um, '08, was a really good time for people to kind of get into this, in my opinion. Of course, I mean, if you get into training or nutrition at any time, it's okay. But I think at that time, because I remember, I started out eating, clean or whatever, and not having, change all my meals, not be able to have any cake at birthdays, isolating my food choices from my family and everything like that. But I think at that time, it was before like my Fitness Pal, I was still writing stuff down on a piece of paper, having to look and stuff in like nutrition books, and write it down, each thing, carbs, protein, fats. I think one of the first things I started on too um, was Lane Norton's um, article that you mentioned, and also Martin Berkhan, Lean Gains, I think, was another one that had information on, that I first started on. But I think before that, because we kind of started out more stricter, we did that for years before the flexible dieting approach came, before I knew about Lyle McDonald or anything like that. We kind of started out in that kind of phase. But people who are starting out in last year or two, we're getting into this kind of if it's your macros kind of world now. They try to fit in as much crap as they can that they were never taught that mindset of being very strict. So they don't really understand the same kind of stuff that we do. So that's why trying to fit in a bunch of crap is a lot more exhausting. I mean, if you just stick to more, your chicken breast and vegetables and that kind of stuff, it's not about that you're restricted to just that food. Since we know now, is that you have the opportunity to have other stuff if you want, and it's okay. It's like that, but that's not the majority of your food. I always tell people, you can get a hell of a lot more food in salads and potatoes and stuff like that than you can for having a Snickers bar. But if you want to have a Snickers bar or a piece of cake, you can have it. So, but trying to fit in all this crap food, whatever, high calorie, high density food for not a lot of volume, people see that and they see it attractive that, hey, I can have Milky Ways and lose weight, that they try to have all their food like that because they didn't start off having the approach that we did. So yeah, of course, most of my foods nowadays are, chicken and, I have big salads, potatoes. I have that kind of stuff because it makes me feel better, keeps me full. But if I do want to have, a piece of cake, have some ice cream or something like that, I'll have some candy, sure, it's okay. I'm not gonna freak out about it. But since I grew up or got into this industry thinking that, and having that restrictive kind of mindset, but then slowly leading to this, I think that was a good approach in my opinion. But the people that are just starting to get into this now, it's not the same, because they never had that same mindset. But that's just kind of my thoughts on it. I'm sure there's a couple more things I could add, but that's just kind of off the top of my head. So if you have anything to say, Andrea or anybody else, leave in the comments below. All right, thanks. Bye.